Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where things are getting a little bit visually overwhelming. Something tells me we'll be okay though. This seems like a pretty low danger area, unless you count, like, the danger of me being milked by giant corporations until I go broke, which I guess is a concern.
Chief wants to reduce board traffic, give tramp freighters more paths.
Are there enough tramps in Halcyon to make up the difference?
Take another look at that half-empty docking bay and tell me what you think.
Okay, well they're talking about stuff that we sorta kinda understand. I mean, we can guess what tramps are. So this is the rest and go.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
I mean, No, we're not renting any rooms. I almost let her talk me into that. So these are not very exciting helmets, and then just, like, more basic garbage. I guess, like, I'm not really paying attention to the weapon mods, but we could be modding all of our weapons and then just buying more mods to replace the ones we have instead of being so stingy with them. What, is this a cat, or what are you? No, you're like a sprat, but just a different color than the other sprats. What are you guys doing? Hey. Okay, weird. But they did direct us to this cool hidden opening.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
I thought it might. Where the hell are we? What are we looking at here? I served on 2 corporate freighters before I got stranded here. Everyone's heard my sob story, but no one's listening. To them, I'm just background radiation. It wasn't my fault the captain decided to take off early. It wasn't my fault no one checked the crew manifest. It wasn't my fault they replaced me with a full-timer. Now I'm filthy, bitless, and bedless. As far as anyone's concerned, I'm groundbreaker trash. So that's how I live. And if no one agrees to take me on as crew, I suppose that's how I'll die. Hopefully, like, not soon. And I do feel bad for you. Things look rough, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to steal everything in here, unfortunately. You know what? He doesn't need the 0G. Honestly, like, leaving this stuff here would be morally irresponsible. Be, like, contributing to his desperate alcoholism. I'm just trying to save lives out here, really. Okay, this is bad. This is probably not supposed to be filled with water. Also, electricity. An awful lot of sparking going on, considering the water. Oh, holographic disguise activated. Your holographic shroud is activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area, but moving drains the shroud's energy, and when it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. That's a weird mechanic. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated. Why is that what resets the shroud? And where the hell even am I? Okay, it looks like I'm in a medical area. Well, I'll take all this stuff. So what do we look like? We look like... Oh, Mardettes. Sure. Makes sense. I thought we might be, like, medical personnel. We're obviously in a medical bay. So this key card? Yes, this key card does unlock this thing. Well, most of this stuff I'm not allowed to steal, despite it looking cool and valuable. Take some Adrenatime, some Dervish Mist, all these good happy drugs that are definitely good for your brain. Anything else in here that we can benefit from? I bet our ship has a real dearth of clean towels, but apparently I'm not allowed to steal these. Looks like there's nothing over there on that table. Everything sort of looks like a bypass shunt. I keep having to go over and double check. Apparently we're under quarantine here.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
Okay, well the bad news is no, Max, I'm not at all sure. I have no reason to believe that it's safe. I don't even know where we are or what we're doing here, but I do know there are things to steal, and so we, by God, are going to steal them. Again, stealing things with your own two hands is a little bit new to me. I prefer to steal in more of a bureaucratic, computery way, but we are given limited options these days. The situation is dire. Well, we've managed to steal a bunch of garbage I don't actually care about.
For the last rats is on rotten time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Sorry, I'll go. Should have looked in here to make sure the room was empty before I tried to enter it. This one is also locked, but not in a way where we can interact with that thing. And my shroud is all screwed up. Well, there is a container of some kind in there. I would like to get inside, but what are you gonna do?
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm using my dialogue skills to reset my shroud because for some reason that works. Nothing at all.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
That really doesn't make any sense to me. Then we walk out here and we're just not even disguised anymore. And they're fine with my companions still being in there. So I'm allowed to just pick up that cartridge. That's not stealing. This would be unfair. You're not allowed to have this medical spray that you might have a legitimate use for. I probably shouldn't just let people cough on me. Given that there's a quarantine on and everything. A medical chart. Patient experiences unusual side effects post-hibernation after his latest voyage. Complains of longer days and increased boredom as if time itself is slowing down. I've never seen complications this severe, and I'm prescribing a high dosage of stims. While I'm optimistic that I can address the symptoms, the cause still troubles me. I'm going to try reaching out to conveyor crews and some corp docs I know on Terra 2 for answers. Update. I've learned that interstellar crews call this condition skip flu. And everyone I asked says they know someone who had it. In extreme cases, they say the person's body and mind break down entirely. That sounds bad. Bored medics, the few who bothered to reply, insisted the patient was making it up to shirk their duties. I don't believe my patient is malingering. How do I prove that when the board won't even review my evidence? It sounds like a real sticky situation that you're going to have to navigate entirely on your own there.
I hope those automechs get here soon.
Oh right, the shipment of automechs.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler says your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Kinda sounds like no. Who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
Well, those are the two things that can happen. What do you need mechanicals for? I mean, it's fairly obvious, but let's ask anyway.
Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
And why is that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
Well, I think that's probably where you've gone wrong. You know, I could try to find him, I guess.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where
Why
I'd
would
start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Why would they name it like that? It just seems like asking for trouble. Alright, excuse me, I'll just let myself out here. Hello, person with a name.
You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Whoa, what is happening with my vision? I think the whole ship was shaking there. It was oddly communicated. Hey everybody, what's going on?
Something I can help you with?
Can I buy supplies from you?
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
I guess that makes sense. We're in space. How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
Anybody else kind of getting freaked out by all of the medical staff who have decided to just stop and stare at us from the background?
Take care.
I need to be elsewhere. Oh god, they're coming for us! Hide me, Ellie! Actually, we should probably talk to Ellie.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Furu? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
Sorry, what's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Yes, that was my experience as well. Wait, you don't even like her, but you're checking in on her?
You say that like it's weird.
I mean, yeah, why bother?
Like I said, Jessie did me a favor, and now I owe her one. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
You know, I might be able to look in on Jessie, since you have all this thing about debt and everything. Sounds like you're a person I would like to owe me.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
I do, in fact, know a thing or two that you probably don't. Such as, for example, the location of my magic shroudy thing. And everybody around just watched me change into into Mardets, watched us change into Mardets, and nobody cares.
To the last ratted on rotten time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
That's exactly what you said last time. That's incredible. Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough.
You are a bad liar.
All over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
As a person who tells an awful lot of lies, I gotta tell you, that was unimpressive. Open the damn door before I kick it down.
Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
Kind of enjoying this, this weird bureaucrat who's always threatening to break shit. We've created a fun character to play as.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
I don't think that it helps us to lie that we do work for the board. Okay, what did you do that got you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yet you think someone had the board follow you, and now you're hiding out. This doesn't really add up.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
Boy, that would be interesting if it were true. Also, what the hell is going on in the future that thieves have to learn to recognize contracted killers in week 1? So you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udam as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udam's deposit I'd spent.
Well, Ellie did ask me to help you, so I suppose that's what I could do.
Udam Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
And also bigger than the one she owes me. Sure, I'll talk to Udam for you.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Whoa, that was a lot of XP. I guess... No, why was that so much XP? That was like a very easy thing to do. I guess if you forgot to pick up the magic shroud thingy, then maybe you would have trouble with this. But as it is, we can just kind of do sorcery, which does ease things somewhat. Hey, Ellie.
Any word on Jessie?
Yeah, I got some words. She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. Now, you know what? What happened between you two? Maybe let's gather some information before we go distributing information.
Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her.
No, let's not
So
just say
did you
that.
find her, or what?
Let's say more than that. They're not going to let... Okay. Yeah, she's in debt to the board and thinks someone's trying to kill her. I'll handle it, don't worry.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
I was kind of hoping that the result of that was going to be Ellie going, oh, well, I'll help you then. But fine. No, don't worry about it. I got it under control. We should probably spend our skill points. So I have 10 skill points here. We could put a little bit into stealth. Here's the thing. We could bump our lockpicking skill up. But part of me wants to just intentionally not take stealth and tech. Because ordinarily, that's what I would do. I would pump the hell out of stealth and tech, and I would lockpick and hack my way through all problems. I guess, actually, hack and lockpick are both under stealth. So I would just put 1 billion points in stealth. So I kind of want to avoid doing that. Maybe that's going to make the game way more difficult than it needs to be, but I just want to do something different. So maybe we jam points in leadership? If we get to Adept Inspiration, then we can get a little bit of bonus lockpicking skill and stuff without having to actually put points in stealth. And then it's just like, my companions are getting so much better at things on account of what an extremely good liar and basher of things that I am. I kind of like that. Two-handed melee weapon attacks are unblockable is also cool, but let's lean on leadership. So at this point, I'm just putting points into skills separately, right? And I think I care about inspiration more than determination. Yeah, honestly, unless the combat gets way, way more difficult, higher determination doesn't really seem to matter all that much. This is a damage bonus for our companions. I do love it when they kill people. So I think that's what we're going to do for right now. And then we'll push inspiration up to 60 on our next level up. I'm a charismatic leader of men, lover of paperwork, smasher of whatever happens to be nearby. Defrauder of small corporations. But we're working our way up to large ones. What am I even looking at here? Where are we going? Turns out everything in the universe requires more lockpick skill than we have.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
Space, right? It's gotta be. Space is really big. You can throw a lot of garbage into it.
How about I stay up top? Keep watch. Okay?
I actually was fine with it. She totally could have. She didn't have to start down here. Alright, free mag pick. Some kind of gun I don't need. Most of a corpse. Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over till someone found it by poking around the stevedores' quarters. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You gotta climb on top of their bunks and head toward the back wall. Lilia says we should watch our backs. Thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia. Okay, so this is the, yeah, climb on top of their bunks, head toward the back wall. This is how to get into the area where we found the science hammer, right? I think. Well, is that really all that was down here? I mean, I certainly don't want to jump in there. Oh, it looks like they're probably burning it. That makes sense. But think about it. You could just be slowly filling space with all your garbage. I can't see any possible downside to that. Hey everybody, how's it going? You guys look extremely busy.
Gonna head to Varus for whiskey and darts. Maybe not in that order.
Yeah, probably don't do it in that order.
Assholes in their big interstellar freighters. One nearly rammed me on the way in.
Okay, and now you think we're just like the best of friends, huh? She shoved me! Can you believe it?
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
I'm not taking weapon advice from people who are too irresponsible to keep both of their eyes. But I mean, I'll buy stuff from you. Obviously, I'm not crazy. Okay, heavy machine gun. I mean, this is just like the stuff we've seen already. A flamethrower does seem like kind of a fun thing to have. A plasma carbine, I think. Seems also okay. Maybe we give one of these to Max. I don't know. I don't know if we really need new weapons. It's the thing. Our weapons seem to be doing fine. We have a 9% discount here for some reason. Hard to say why exactly. Can I sell you? Was there a weapon that I saved? Yeah, I was going to sell this, I think. This is worth very slightly more than normal weapons. Honestly, I don't even... Whatever, I don't care. We don't need money. Ooh. Deadeye assault rifle. That seems cool. I wonder if we could create some kind of distraction. Am I allowed to be back here? I'm just going to walk back here if you don't mind. She does totally just let you walk back here. Alright, that's a cool sawed-off shotgun. I mean... Is this one of these situations where we could just grab this and then she's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm just like, oh, nothing. You know me. So it does seem like a good thing to have. I'm going to try it. She didn't even... You know, she was distracted. She was waving to somebody. I cannot believe that. That is unbelievable. Welcome. Drink efficiently. That is a good way to drink. That's a good way to do anything. I would recommend that you do anything by drinking efficiently. Okay, none of these people have names. They are not real humans. You have a name.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
Getting too drunk to notice? I don't suppose you know a way I could get to Stellar Bay on Monarch?
Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the corps pulled back to Terra 2.
Yeah, do you know why?
It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones.
Okay, that makes sense.
Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be board propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. The board don't like them that truck with Monarch. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking. Try Gladys on the promenade. She'll fix you up.
Okay, I'm a little worried that everybody knows who the good person to ask about crimes is. That somewhat increases the likelihood that they're actually a narc, I think. Hey, all the traders in the system come through here. You heard anything interesting?
Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
I do, actually. That's pretty weird. Hey, what's this heat issue I hear people complaining about, and I apparently am not personally aware of?
The radiators. They're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
Well, it sounds like somebody's fucking the radiators roughly 1.5 times per day. If you stopped that, it might help. Sounds like you might have an issue with your thermal control system.
Couldn't say. And I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse.
I like that accomplished nothing and that she didn't even know if I was right, but I still got XP. That's just like me gaining experience from my sense of self-satisfaction. I knew a thing. Well, who's in charge of fixing it?
Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise.
She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway.
I don't know why I
know
asked
what's
that. I
got her
did
dragging
know.
her heels, but I wish she'd hurry it up.
Alright, I guess we ought to just go talk directly to her, huh? Maybe I can do something about that.
That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering.
Alright, let's see what you've got for
Nothing
sale.
you need and everything you want.
Asking her about Chief Junlei might be a sensible thing to do, though. So nicotine gets your weapon spread down. I mean, we don't even have to hit the inhaler all that often, so this other stuff that we might jam into the inhaler doesn't really matter to me very much. I think we're good. I'm gonna ask her about Junlei, though.
A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger?
We were talking moments ago. Do you not remember that? I guess this radiator situation is serious.
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that.
Well, she does have a lot of work to do, it sounds like. Alright, let's just go see her, I suppose. I do love to wander off on little side paths, though.
We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
I don't know, Mr. Vicker. That seems like quite a leap.
Yeah, I was pretty much with him up until he said therefore, and then stated a thing that was not, did not emerge logically from the thing before it. Oh hey, it's the chef.
Talk to Vera if you need something. She's usually behind the bar.
But the only thing that I need in my entire life is to find out where you got these pants. Because I must also have these pants give them to me immediately.
I try and keep the place clean in case Chief Tennyson stops by.
Oh, he's a cagey one. We'll get him. We'll get him one of these days. And those pants. Oh, see, he's got backup. We should be careful. It's remarkable how little stuff there is in here for us to steal. I guess Hitman has really spoiled me in that way. Oh, you're currently using this room. You alright? Hey, how you doing?
I'll be just a moment.
You know how else Hitman has spoiled me? When I saw a person in a video game vomiting in a bathroom, my immediate thought was, oh, it'll be really easy to steal her clothes. Alright, so there's a very difficult to pick door back there that we could instead find a keycard for. My guess is that the keycard is on Vera. What is that? That is a Mardit ID cartridge. Why are there so many of those everywhere? I mean, I guess they want to make sure that you absolutely cannot miss it, so that you get a chance to play around with the shroud thingy. Seems like they're overdoing it, though. Alright, we've been to Bell's Shelves, we've been down Waste Disposal Way, been to the Medical Bay. I suppose we ought to check out Spacer's Choice over here. Oh, I hate that very much. Does the mouth part move? It looks like it's got a cutout.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you.
No, but you don't want to be
and
zero
it's
G
not
in
the
this
best
heat.
choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Taste the freedom.
Let's keep jamming slogans on there.
Sometimes I forget.
Based on the speed of his speech, I'm concerned that Martin Callahan may be slowly dying of heat stroke. I gotta ask you about that hat, man. What is happening?
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
He really sounds like he might pass out at any moment. Are you doing alright in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable.
I do want to say that I think for the most part, the voice work in this game has been pretty good. This guy is really selling the combination of exasperation and potentially heat stroke. Where can I get a hat like that?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Can you even see in there?
I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
Okay, so that was kind of a yes. How do you brush your teeth? I mean, I'm sure he can take the hat off.
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Sprout Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon Colony.
I mean, you gotta give him this. He can turn anything into one of the slogans. Do you have to sleep with that on? I'm assuming no.
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew.
Wait.
The blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
So that's like if you need to sleep, but, 2.5 hours from now or so. Does Spacer's Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Well, I mean, they don't care about your health and emotional well-being. Do you want me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
I believe that. Listen, I'm addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Okay, listen, I'm sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
To be perfectly honest, I think that's maybe my favorite of their slogans so far. That was a nice little human moment we had there. You work for Spacer's Choice. You ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Yeah, roughly. You aren't missing much. It's a dump. No, wait. Parvati's right there. Oh, yeah, it's not so bad. They're struggling, but they got good hearts. I should pencil in lie in brackets in front of this line.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's the Spacer's Choice spirit. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So,
a little bit of honesty.
Soap. Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
Martin, you trying to tell me something there?
Have a look.
He did basically just say that I smelled so bad that it's getting through his moon mask, so maybe we should buy some soap. Oh, we can buy the moon mask! I mean, skill bonus lie +5. I mean, obviously we're buying 3 moon masks. Give me this, and also that, and also that. Hey everybody, good news! Also, I'm going to repair all equipped while I'm here. May as well, right? We don't need the bits for anything else. Ooh, he'll just sell me shunts and lockpicks. Buying all those. Hell yes. And then does he have anything I actually want? No, not really. I mean, he has more of these advanced defensive helmets, and I could buy some of these for our team, But why would I do that when I just spent all this money on these other hats? Hey, good news, everyone! It's not the best choice. It's the roundest choice. Do you want different clothes? Because we could probably... No, you know what? You look good. Where's my head? Where's mine? Alright. We've done it. Now everybody will know how much we love this company. You guys look so good. Parvati, what do you think of this
That
hat?
was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
I did not tell you that you could remove that hat. Do it again and you're off the crew. What are we doing? Where are we going? Engineering. Where's engineering? I'm actually 100% turned around. I got all flabbergasted by the neon lights and moon heads, and I'm already kind of suffering from an oxygen shortage in here. Oh, wait, that's Udon Bedford. Do I want to see him? Oh man, he will have no idea whether or not we're Alex Hawthorne. Nobody could possibly see through this helmet.
Gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
Our dads would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
No, don't reinforce that. It's terrible.
Before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Whatever. We gotta
Oh, hey, that's Phineas.
anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
Hey, if you're looking to get out of here, I could use that armor.
Huh?
Never mind. Why did we want to talk to this dude? Hold on, I'm getting all discombobulated. Can't think straight. I think it's the helmet. We do need to talk to Gladys. Oh, right. Udon Bedford is how we get our ship unimpounded, because he's got a weird thing for Alex. Alright, I guess we gotta do that. No, you know what? Screw him. I bet what's-her-name will know how to do it.
Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Am I allowed to, I'm allowed to talk to the drone? Oh no, okay, just makes him repeat his line. Oh my god, look at that, I love him! Hey!
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary.
Why, that's my favorite kind of protein.
For your ingestion.
Yes, please do that.
Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
No, just dispense the protein into my hands. I can't take this helmet off right now for medical reasons. Looks like all this stuff is just the same stuff as always. Fair enough. I am not going to choose to call him a glorified vending machine. That feels very, very poor-spirited. Alright, well, I guess let's just go on in here. Ooh, there is more stuff we haven't looked at yet. Spratwurst. Aren't you not supposed to eat those things on account of the plague? That's so unappetizing. How did they make that so unappetizing? Some really impressive visual design here. Ike's Armory. Okay, he's got some very basic stuff. I'm assuming that we're not going to be very impressed with his inventory based on what he's displaying there. Let's go in here. Ooh, wow, it is warm in here.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Remember
Why, I don't see how they could stop you.
because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of love?
Whoa.
Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today?
Honestly, I'd be a little nervous about doing it.
Brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs already.
Somebody should bring her one of these heads. It's the only way I can concentrate anymore.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
I
I mean, I can barely even cut life without the head anymore.
It's all pretty worn, though.
Ah, you're important.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
That doesn't seem true. I'm the captain of the Unreliable, though my ship's a bit grounded at the moment. I'm hoping that Junlei's gonna let us just sort of route around Udon Bedford.
I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Do I want to salute her? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Copy that, Chief.
At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some working brain cells. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
I was desperately trying to just pass through. Once I get out of impound, I'm bound for Monarch. Is this information I want to be giving away? Yeah, maybe. I would love it if Junlei liked us, because she seems to be in power around here, and I imagine, being a bureaucrat, our character has a lot of respect for the power structures that he chooses to recognize as legitimate.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going, most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Oh, it's such a terrible idea to trust me. Parvati, you wanted to talk to Junlei. Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
She took the helmet off.
That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
Oh, Junlei.
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Look at the way she's looking at her. I think we might have discovered some leverage here. I also like the way Parvati is never prepared to speak to anyone. I'm gonna nudge Parvati with my elbow here.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Damn, do you guys want us to go outside? I'm going to silently encourage Parvati.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Oh, they're gonna have such awkward, weird engineer sex. Hey, Parvati, nice job. Great going there.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
It seems a little warm in here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
And why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Well, surely the board doesn't want the Groundbreaker to roast.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
You know, this sort of swindling is kind of exactly my bailiwick here. You need a contractor to work this out. I am available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Wait, they just have the parts they're trying to swindle? Why would they keep them on board the ship? So easy to steal. Sorry, the back bays? Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
It's so weird that there are parts of the ship where there are just like hostile marauders hanging out. Okay, well, have you tried sending anyone else down there to get the parts? Because I'm sure she has. There might be a catch here.
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Yeah, listen, if I had a nickel... let's not flip her off. I still think she's important. Yeah, none taken.
Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding.
Okay, I'll go get you those parts from the back base. We don't need to worry about getting them from somewhere else or anything. I bet I can handle this.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
You know, the repairing part. You got it. This is under control. I'm gonna steal all your shit. Is that okay? You're not even paying attention. I'm just gonna take it. Is there anything else in here I need? Can I play with the terminal, please? I'm gonna play with the terminal. Do you have Snake installed? Let's check the daily checklist. Radiator temp, plumbing overflow, you know, all kinds of boring stuff. Brush teeth, you can do this, Junlei. You know, like a little positive affirmation, I get that. What about her personal files? Back bays. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Mardits they're free to flush out McRed and his outlaws. They're so knotted up seeking warrants and paper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry, boys. Not my job. What about the promenade status? Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Well, I bet she was real happy to see us walk in. I found another listening device in my office. The thing was the size of a toss ball, with a cord leading all the way back to sublight. Subtle as always, Lilia. I have to appreciate the audacity, though. I could have sworn that automechanical chef arrived with the company tech, but no record of the guy leaving the station. I'll have to look into it. Uh-oh. And sprat infestation at the rest and go's getting out of hand. Ethel better not be ranching those critters again, or I swear by law I'll airlock her stall. I really appreciate her just having a file in here that's just like quest leads. She knows she's a character in a video game. From you, Bedford, subject, my dear lady. The implications of your accusations cause my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding. For what is a board liaison if not a facilitator of handshakes between great powers, much like the board and yourself? When you do decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Gestures of good faith do not go unpaid. And her response, subject obstructionist. The board rejected my request for new radiator parts again, even after I greased their wheels with some targeted donations. Funny thing, when I used my admin privileges to survey the outgoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You chose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript, let the frog boil a while longer. And now I have no radiator parts. You're playing with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this shit for fun? Okay, so what we know about Udon Bedford is that he's not just super creepy toward Alex, he also extremely sucks as a person, and I will have no compunction about splitting him in half. Or I guess I'm more of a hammer person. Listen, if you hit somebody hard enough with a hammer, you could probably split him in half. You probably have to, like, aim carefully. Nobody's looking, I'm just taking shit. This stuff's all mine, you guys don't need it. I really love turning around and seeing my crewmates staring at me with that head on. Get some good creepy Watson vibes. Ooh, free mag pick. You are looking directly at me. Hey, how's it going? I'm just gonna pretend I'm doing something else. There's a person right there that I didn't notice. We could pick this lock. Seems like maybe a thing worth doing, given how hard it is to access. Just gonna wait for that one over there to turn around, and this guy maybe to wander off. I mean, that engineer looks pretty distracted. I bet we could get away with this.
Hey! Stop that!
Oh, yeah, sorry, what? What were we talking about?
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing at all. I'm sure it will surprise you to discover.
Oh, my mistake.
Damn straight your mistake. Okay, hold on. She's just gonna go back to the same place? She is not. Okay, excellent. We might be able to pick that lock in a second here. Oh no, my reputation was decreased. Probably by an entire point.
You'll have to show me how to do that.
No, I absolutely will not. I keep things locked up on the ship for a reason. These are also mine. I dropped these. That wasn't stealing. These are mine. I had them when I came in. I don't care about the workbench. Alright, let's get to work. Let's go do some jobs or whatever. So, I do sort of want to check out what's going on with the cooking robot and the tech that is supposed to be over there. I'm assuming he's in the back, laying on a table, probably in several pieces. I do have the ability to just pick this lock. But also, could we just climb over the counter? And it feels like we could just climb over the counter. Nothing in here. I'm just gonna do this. Let me through. Okay, yep. There's an invisible wall. They've erected some kind of force field. I think it's that flag. I think I can't sneak past that flag. I for real cannot. Okay. That's a little silly, but fine. I'll just go in this way. Anybody looking? Nah. We have lots and lots of lockpicks.
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing at all?
Oh, my mistake.
Man, getting caught doing illegal stuff is just like free XP. Oh wow, he's still in one piece. He has almost no money on him. What the hell? Alright, Anti-Cleo Food Service Auto-Mechanical Repair Manual. Please follow all recommended safety protocols before maintaining or cleaning your unit. The ACSR F900 is equipped with anti-tampering subsystems, which trigger a self-defense mechanism in the food preparation apparatus. Self-defense supersedes any pacifistic function. Please also remember to deactivate and remove all slicing, dicing, blending, filleting, chopping, deboning, or tenderizing apparatus prior to opening the access panels. It is critical that a spray of blood obscures the rest of the manual. Well, that's pretty clear. If I'm being honest, it's a little bit less interesting than I thought the thing was. I assumed the robot ran out of food and identified the worker as a source of organic materials and then just, chopped him up and was serving him to people. I'm just gonna leave you alone. Thinking about it, thinking about the thing I was gonna do there, I think I'm just gonna leave you alone. Alright, let's go interact with some more people. I guess let's ask Ike here what he's got.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good thinking. Let me see what you got. Ooh, he's got fancy swords. An officer's spine. That's a hell of a name. The origin of the name is lost in antiquity. Was it named officer's spine because officers could stand straight knowing they wielded these powerful swords? Or was it that, like officers, these swords vent noxious fumes? No one knows. Hey, that's a huge axe. It's not the best cleaver, wait, it is the best cleaver. Its throbbing blade will pulsate its way into even the most recalcitrant dissident. That's gross. I don't even want a throbbing blade in my backpack. I think I would be weirded out by that constantly. And then there's a bunch of, garbage gear here. I mean, a lot of this stuff probably looks cool. Not really what I'm in the market for.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
What on earth is terra-fried? Sorry, what's spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The
Oh,
laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit that I did not put together that Sprat was Space Rat until just this moment. What does terra-fry mean exactly?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Is Spratwurst like Borstwurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Sure, yeah, that's my mistake. Is Spratwurst your own invention, or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears. And could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat.
Think that in space I might be a vegetarian. That's enough talk
Just
for now.
as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm fresh sprats.
Some good eye animation following that. Alright, I guess let me see what you got for
Back to the
sale.
grinder any hour.
I'm assuming it's just going to be meat. Quote-unquote meat. Oh, also dehydrated water, of course. The perfect tablet to go with the Spratwurst. Yeah. Apparently I'm allowed to just walk in here. Well. That's a lovely scene. It doesn't look like there's anything in here worth stealing. Congratulations, you figured out a way to get me to not rob you. Sublight Salvage and Shipping. We're terrible at spying.
Sublight Salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You have literally just seen a sign.
Or is it all spoke for?
I mean, I guess let's ask.
Salvage is a family business. We've got each other's backs.
I'm just going to use your terminal real quick. Messages from L. Hagen. Subject, don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities. And that is what we are. Stay calm, present your papers. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Has anyone seen Hawthorne lately? I could use some reliable help. I am never taking this helmet off. Nobody gets to see my face. From L. Hagen, subject Fallbrook Shipments. Unlike most of you sprats, Catherine is bringing Sublight a consistent income. From today until I say so, you're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. LH, Fallbrook Shipment, lots of purple berry liqueur, some Spectrum vodka, erotica generic, the locals aren't picky, erotica exotic, except for the ones who are, Space Cake Surprise, I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track some down or do your best in the kitchen. And finally, a Black Hole Holcomb signed tossball poster. P.S. Tobias, where are we with that desk extension? You asked him, like, literally seconds ago. Alright, from L. Hagen, subject This Week in Salvage. My scanner says that the Mardets impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they can't afford to lift the impound. Whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an altercation with one of theirs. Lost another contractor. Scrapped the ship, dedicated 1/10 of the salvage to funeral expenses. I take care of my people. Yeah, that sounds lovely. A little sprat told me that a crate of spoiled sister pork ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen's gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. I mean, that's just good thinking ahead, really. So I bet these guys wouldn't think of it this way, but I view them as competition. This is my racket.
Step lively, Ms. Holcomb.
How's everybody
I'm
doing?
not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
Max, would you please stop obliquely threatening her?
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable?
Uh-oh, he has information. That's right, name's Captain Hawthorne.
Sure you are. Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So, you're a Sublight employee, huh?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
I should go. This sounds important. Max, could you maybe, like, step to your left just a little bit there? Thank you.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down.
That's a popular
Lilia
haircut.
Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
Actually, I just sort of wander around. Yeah, I've actually never heard of you.
Not a word. Pity. My guy in marketing is about to lose his other thumb.
That's all right,
It's
you don't need
nice to
thumbs
see
for
the
marketing.
Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
That, suggests that she realizes we are not Hawthorne. Hey, don't let Ada hear you calling her ship names.
Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings, but there's a catch.
There is always a catch.
I was just about to say that.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
What's so special about Stellar Bay?
First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack.
Well, I don't have a nav key, but I would still like to take the job.
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits.
I take it Sublight is not, strictly a salvage operation, then.
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
What kinds of other sectors does Sublight pursue, other than salvage and shipping?
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
Yeah, sounds complicated but profitable.
Thank you. I work hard to keep it that way.
Honestly, it sounds like the two of us could do business. I think we're gonna get along just fine. Hey, I'm leaving. I'll come back later.
Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty small ship. There's only so much I could do. Where does this go? Oh, you know, just the balcony. Just a balcony that she lets absolutely anybody go out on. And I'm assuming the locked door in her room will require a keycard that only she has. Oh no, we could just get in here with a few points of lockpicking. Also, there is a book. Dangerous Frontiers by Ophelia Sweeney. It's intriguing how we devoted our resources to the stars when there are still so many problems to be solved on Earth. Exposing our fragile species to the breadth of the cosmos renders settlers and spacers alike vulnerable to the mysteries of other worlds. The fate of an outbound civilization could hinge on a single miscalculation, an unobserved variable, and any number of alien catastrophes. Recklessness and impatience are perhaps hardwired features of humanity, and not errors in our genes, as others might imply. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a fair assessment. Well, we've learned an awful lot about the Groundbreaker, and we've stolen a lot of stuff from it. This is probably a pretty good place to stop for today. That's going to be it for us for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, when maybe we actually solve some of these quests we picked up. And we'll see you then.